Hey guys, my name is Neha. Welcome to my YouTube channel Wings. Take flight towards knowledge and wisdom. Today I'm going to tell you about the vocabulary part, which would help you a lot to enhance your speech and writing. If we found our vocabulary not so enriched, then we encounter with a kind of filler in our speech and writing. And these fillers have no meaning and they are called empty words. Empty words like or, have no meanings and these needs to be replaced with some significant words. So now I will tell you the ways to augment your vocabulary. But do you remember I have told you earlier in our last class that we will cover vocabulary part in 4 types. So what are those 4 types? First one was group word method, second was PRS method, third was phrasal verb, and fourth one we will cover idiom. So today I will tell you in detail about the group words method. Group word method further includes 7 types: homonyms, homophones, homographs, heteronyms, paranym, eponym, synonym, and antonym. Homographs are also called heteronyms. So now let's first come to homonyms. Homonyms. This word is made up of 2 root words. The first one is homo and the second one is nym. Homo means same and nym means name. Thus, the definition of homonyms means the words which have same pronunciation and same spelling but have different meaning. For example, bat and bat. The first bat means animal and the second bat is baseball object. The first bat and the second bat both have different meaning, but the spelling and pronunciation of these 2 words are similar. The first bat is noun, that means animal. For example, the bat flies around at night. The second bat is also a noun, that means baseball object. I lost my baseball bat. Now come to second example. Ball, ball. Spellings are same and pronunciation is also same, but the meanings are different. First ball is noun, that means object, and the second ball is noun and that means a large formal occasion where people dance. Example of first ball is the boys are playing with the ball outside. Here, ball is an object with which children play, and the second ball is the place where people dance in pairs. For example, Cinderella met the prince at the ball. Book versus book. The first book is a noun and the second book is a verb. Both have same spelling and same pronunciation, but the meaning is different. The first book means a written or printed book. For example, this book is very interesting, or the books which we read, it is that book. The second book means to reserve. I would like to book a flight to Paris. Here it means I would like to reserve a flight to Paris. Fourth example is case versus case. Both have same spelling and same pronunciation, but meanings are different. The first case means container. She put her necklace inside the jewelry case. That means she put her necklace inside the jewelry container. And the second case is a particular situation. For example, in this case, you should work hard as you haven't studied till now. So, in this case, you should work hard as you have to achieve a great rank in your exam. So, in this case, you should work hard, right? So, the fifth example is saw versus saw. The first saw is a noun and the second saw is a verb. First saw means a cutting tool. It is in uh, it is in this shape, like this, curve type shape. This saw. He used a circular saw to cut such grasses. The second saw means the past tense of see. I saw him yesterday. The second type is homophones. This word is also made up of two root words, homo plus phones. Homo means same and phones means sound. That means the words which have same sound. Thus, the definition of homophones is homophones are the words which have the same pronunciation but have different spelling and different meaning. So, let's see the first example. See and see both have different spellings, right? But the pronunciation, the sound is similar. We call this C and this C, C, C. Both pronunciation is same, but the meanings are different. The first C is verb, that means to watch. I can see him clearly, right? The second C is a noun, that means water. The sea was calm that day. Meat versus meat. Spellings are different and the meaning is also different, but the pronunciation is similar. Meat, meat. The first meet means to see. I will meet you tomorrow. That means I will see you tomorrow. The second meat is noun. That means the flesh of an animal. I don't eat meat. Third is week versus week. Pronunciation is similar, but spelling and meanings are different. The first week is an adjective. That means not strong. He seemed so weak. That means he seemed not so strong. Second week is a noun. That means a period of 7 days. For example, she took a leave for a week. Fourth one is affect versus affect. The spellings are different and the meaning is also different, but the pronunciation is similar. The first affect is a verb that means to have an influence, right? To have an influence. For example, that incident affected every aspect of her life. And this affect is a noun. That means result of a particular influence. She is suffering from the effects of taking wrong medicines. She is suffering from the effects of taking wrong medicines. C. Affect is to have an influence, and effect is the result of a particular influence, right? Suppose I am taking some medicines, right? And it must have some influence on me, right? And but because of taking those medicines, if I am being cured, then saying that I have been cured is effect, right? E-F-F-E-C-T. It's not effect, it's affect, right? Pronunciation is similar. But the first affect is that means influence, and the second effect is result of that influence. If suppose I'm taking wrong medicines and because of that I got more ill, rather than being cured I become more ill. So that is the effect of a particular influence, that is the result of a particular influence. So now let's come to the fifth one, ball versus ball. The first ball is a verb and the second ball is a noun. First ball means to shout in a very loud voice. She bawled at her son badly. That means she shouted at her son very badly. Ball, it is a noun and it means an object. He is playing with a ball. The third type is homographs. Homographs is also of two root words. The first one is homo and the second one is graph. Homo means same and graph means right. Means the words which are written same. Thus, homographs are the words which have similar spelling but have different meaning and different pronunciation. Homographs are also called heteronyms. Now let's get to example. Close versus close. The first close and the second close. See, in this box I am showing its pronunciation, okay? The first close is adjective. What we pronounce close, sir, close. And the second one is verb, which is close, Z. You have to make force or focus to Z. Close, right? The first close is adjective and it means near. They were standing close to each other. They were standing close. They were standing close to each other. And the second one is close. Close. That means shut. You never close the door. Second example is live versus live. Live, pronunciation is live and the second one is live. Live is a verb which means living and the second one is live, adjective which means performance, or performance is also called broadcast. Performance recorded or seen while it is happening. Live shows are there, right? So example of first one is, do you live here? Example of second one is, that is live is a live recording. The third example is alternate versus alternate. The first one spellings are same but the pronunciation is different. The first one is pronounced as alternate, and it is a noun which means different option. And the second one is a verb and it is pronounced as alternate, and this one is alternate, and this and its meaning is interchange or substitute, right? The first one means different option. Alternate means different option. Do you have any alternate choice? Do you have any alternate choice? And the second one is alternate. Alternate. That means interchange or substitute. They alternate the documents. They alternate the documents. Do you have any alternate choice? Do you have any alternate choice? The second one is they alternate the documents. They alternate the documents. Alternate and alternate. Right? Fourth one is lead and led. Spellings are same but pronunciation is different. The first one is lead and it is a verb that means to direct. Second one is lead, which is a noun that means kind of iron and it is pronounced as led, right? Led. Lead means to direct. The officers must lead. That means the officers must direct. And the second one is lead. That means a kind of iron. These batteries have lead inside. Lead, lead, to direct, and it is a kind of iron. The second one is minute versus minute. Spellings are the same but pronunciation and meaning is different. The first one is minute, minute, and it is a noun and it means a period of time. Wait for a minute. Can you please wait for a minute? I will call you in a minute, like this, right? And the second one is minute. It is an adjective and it means very small. Her handwriting is so minute. Her handwriting is so minute that I am not able to read it properly. The fourth type is paranyms. Paranyms are euphemistic words or phrases whose meaning is generally the opposite of that intended by the speakers. Here, paranyms are euphemistic words. So, what is euphemistic, right? Euphemistic words. Here, euphemistic words. Euphemistic is adjective and words are common nouns. So, euphemistic is adjective. Its noun is euphemism. So, we can say that paronyms are also euphemism. That is, paronyms are also called euphemism. We can say this. So, what is euphemism? I will teach you euphemism in detail in our coming classes, but I will tell you what it means, its definition here. See, the term euphemism refers to the polite and indirect expressions which replaces words or phrases which are considered to be harsh and impolite or which suggest something unpleasant. For example, he died. Here, the word died is direct and harsh. But if we say that he passed away, he passed away, it is indirect and less harsh. So, passed away is a paranym, right? It is a paranym, which means died, and it is less harsh and indirect. Let's take another example. Like if I have to say, are you still unemployed? He is unemployed, right? Are you still unemployed? It is a kind of taunt, you can say. Are you still unemployed? Okay, so here it sounds harsh, impolite, and direct. But if we say, are you still between jobs? Here, between jobs means unemployed. It is less harsh. And a polite way to say this sentence, and it is indirect. Rather than saying, are you still unemployed? We can say, are you still between jobs? It would be less harsh and a polite way to say this. Mentally challenged means mad. He has gone mentally challenged. I don't want to talk him. He has gone mentally challenged. That means he has gone mad. I think he has gone mad. I think he has gone mentally challenged. Right? So mentally challenged is a polite and indirect way of saying. It is less rude, less harsh. Okay? And the fourth one is senior citizen. That means an old person. Senior citizen is a polite and it is polite and less harsh. This seat is allotted for a senior citizen. The fifth one is the big C. That means cancer. He is suffering from the last stage of the big C. That means he is suffering from the last stage of cancer. So here, the big C is less harsh and a polite way of saying things. Cancer would be harsh, right? The fifth type is eponym. The word eponym is made up of two root words. The first one is apo and the second one is nym. Apo means upon or after, and nym means name. That means name after. An eponym is a person or thing after which something else is named. For example, Sir Isaac Newton. He is an eponym for Newton's law of physics. Now let's come to the second example. James Watt. He is an eponym for a word watt, which is a noun. Watt. Watt is the common name for a unit of electric power, and it is named after its developer James Watt. So, James Watt is an eponym for this word watt. And Sir Isaac Newton, he is an eponym for this phrase Newton's law of physics. Mrs. Malaprop, she is an eponym for the word malapropism. Malapropism is a noun and it means the wrong use of one word instead of another word because they sound similar to each other with results that are unintentionally funny. the words which sound similar, and because they sound similar, some people do make mistake while saying those words. For example, his malapropism was so humorous. He said, Texas has a lot of electrical voters. Instead of saying, Texas has a lot of electoral voters. So he said electrical voters instead of saying electoral voters. John Hancock. He is an eponym for the word John Hancock. John Hancock is a word which is a noun and it means a person's signature. Put your John Hancock at the bottom of the page. That means put your signature at the bottom of the page. The next one is Atlas. Atlas, he is a Greek figure, and by his name we have derived a word that is Atlas, and it is a noun and it means a book containing maps. For example, a road maps, a road atlas. So the seventh type is synonyms. The word synonym is made up of two root words, syn plus nym. Syn means similar and nym means name. That means the words which have similar meaning or nearly similar meaning are called synonyms. Synonyms are the words which have different spelling and different pronunciation, but the meaning of those words are nearly similar. For example, big, large, correct, true, near, close, beautiful, pretty, old, aged. All these words have nearly similar meanings. So now let's come to the seventh type, that is antonym. This word is also made up of two root words, ento plus nym. Ento means opposite and nym means name. That means the words which have opposite meanings are called antonyms. For example, old, young, white, black, boy, girl, tall, short, beautiful, ugly. I have completed all the 7 types of true word method. So that's all for today's class. I hope you guys have enjoyed this session. And if this is the first time you are hearing to this channel, please do subscribe. We are all about helping you guys to grow your knowledge and wisdom. So I will see you soon. Till then.